They said no one dared to challenge Captain Harris. But that was before a young woman in a wrinkled uniform walked in and made him lose control in front of the entire base. The silence that followed her entrance could have shattered glass. Every officer, every recruit, turned to see who had just defied protocol so boldly. No one expected the storm that was about to unfold. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The promotion ceremony had begun like any other. Polished boots, crisp salutes, and the hollow echo of metals clinking. But when Lieutenant Grace Monroe stepped forward to receive her commendation, the air shifted. She moved with quiet confidence, though her uniform was plain, stripped of the usual honors. Captain Harris, towering beside the stage, smirked, the kind of smirk that turns a room cold. "Monroe," he barked, his voice sharp enough to cut through brass. "You don't belong up here. You're not even supposed to be in dress blues." A murmur rippled through the ranks. Grace froze, her throat tightening. She'd spent years fighting to prove herself, through desert heat, through nights of silence after losing her unit, through every sideways glance that said she didn't belong. But she held her ground. "I was told to report here for the ceremony, sir," she said, steady but soft. Captain Harris stepped closer. Too close. His hand twitched as if ready to strike. "You think you can talk back to me in front of my officers?" His voice thundered across the hall. The medals on the other officers' chests seemed to tremble with it. A few soldiers looked away, pretending not to see. Others clenched their fists in quiet anger. Grace didn't move. She simply met his eyes. Then the doors opened. Every head turned. A man in full dress uniform stepped in, silver stars gleaming across his shoulders, ribbons flowing like a river of history. The air grew still. No one dared to breathe. It was Commanding Officer Briggs, the base's highest authority. He walked slowly, his boots striking the floor in measured rhythm. His gaze swept over the crowd before settling on Harris. "What's going on here?" he asked. Voice calm but deadly. Harris straightened, stammering. "Sir, this officer doesn't belong on stage. Briggs raised a hand, silencing him instantly. "She's here because I ordered it." Gasps rippled through the hall. Grace's heart pounded. The CO turned toward her, and for a moment his stern face softened. "Lieutenant Monroe," he said clearly, "for your leadership under fire during Operation Meridian, and for saving 6 members of your team while injured yourself, you are hereby promoted." He paused, and then looked directly at Captain Harris. "To Major Grace Monroe." The room erupted, but Briggs wasn't finished. He stepped closer, his voice echoing like thunder. "And for anyone wondering, she now outranks everyone in this hall." His eyes locked on Harris. Everyone. Harris's jaw dropped. His hand, still halfway raised, fell limp at his side. Around him, officers began to applaud. Slowly at first, then louder, until the sound filled every corner of the hall. Some stood. Some saluted. Grace's vision blurred with tears she refused to let fall. She saluted back. Not for herself, but for every soldier who'd been doubted, dismissed, or silenced. As the applause thundered on, Captain Harris quietly stepped back, red-faced and trembling. For the first time in his career, he had no words left. Outside, when the ceremony ended, recruits gathered around Grace. A young private whispered, "Ma'am, I saw what he tried to do. Thank you for standing tall." Grace smiled faintly. "Never let fear decide what respect looks like," she said. "Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's standing still when the world wants you to bow. And sometimes, the quietest soldier in the room is the one who outranks them all." If this story moved you, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with someone who still believes in quiet courage. Because that's how real heroes rise.